Namaste yogis, my name is Vivek Rawat and I welcome you all on the behalf of Bali Yoga School to this online yoga teacher training course. I'm your Ashtanga teacher and we are going to be discussing about the alignment and the structure of the postures. I hope you will enjoy this course. Namaste.
Namaste everyone. Once again welcome back to the Ashtanga yoga session. Let's start this session with the chanting first. Sit comfortably or stand upright. Join your palms together. Close your eyes gently, keeping your chest well open, relaxing your shoulders. Inhale deeply. Vande Gurunam Charanaravinde Sandarsita Swatma Sukhavabodhe Nisreyase Janglikayamane Samsara Hara Hara Mohshante Abahu Purushakaram Sankhchakra Siddharinam Sastrisir Samsvetam Pranamamim Patanjalim. Rub your palms. Take your palms on the eyes. Slowly release it down. Open your eyes. Now in this video, we are going to talk about shoulder stand. The first inversion here is going to be introduced. Shoulder stand sequence. Sarvangasana we call shoulder stand. Salamba Sarvangasana, supported shoulder stand. So there are some postures after shoulder stand which we need to follow to complete this shoulder stand sequence. And then after that sequence of shoulder stand, we follow the counter pose as when we perform a Matsyasana and Uttan Padasana. So it is a counter pose for shoulder stand. So we are going to talk about all these things. So after you finish in seated forward bend as a counter pose of back bending, when you finish that, after that, traditionally we lie down, we rest for 5 breaths and then we get into shoulder stand. But I suggest you can follow one round of vinyasa, one half vinyasa after seated forward bend. And then after that, you can prepare yourself for shoulder stand. Then again, like resting for 5 breaths first, then preparing yourself for shoulder stand. So, for shoulder stand, those people who have any kind of cervical issue, any kind of, lower back issues as well, or those people who have menstruation, like those women, I would suggest you, like there is a debate over it that one should perform it or not. What is suggested that it depends on how you feel. If you feel okay, then you can go for that. If you don't feel to do that, try not to attempt that. But sometimes it happens that you don't feel that what you need to do. Then at that time you can just give a try step by step and then feel that it is okay. And at that time, like you need to observe yourself in these kind of cases. So I would suggest those people who have maybe like the problem of obesity or lower back issues or this one menstruation, you can do one posture which is called Viparit Karni. It is done while lying down. You can go towards the wall. You can place your back of the legs. You are lifting your legs up at 90 degrees straighten and perpendicular to the ground and placing it, adjusting it on the wall. So you are having a support of the wall. You're not having to engage your core muscles there. Otherwise, it would not be a resting posture, right? So you can do this posture while resting your back of the legs on the wall, and then you can rest there for 15, 20, 25, 30 breaths, slow breaths. So it would do the same wonders, same magic, same benefits what shoulder stand does. Of course, there would be some less benefits, but it is quite beneficial for those people. If you're not going to attempt it, it is far better than that. Why not attempting the shoulder stand? You can attempt Vipareet Karni, which I just told you. Now, if you don't have open shoulders, if you have cervical issue, then you can adjust the blankets or cushion underneath your shoulders. So your shoulders are on the edge of the blanket and your cervical, your neck, back of the neck, it is completely free. So with the support of the blankets, you are providing a nice cushion to your shoulders. So in that way, you will not compress your neck. This thing you can add here in shoulder stand. Otherwise, now you can see me firstly the entire sequence I'm going to follow from shoulder stand to other poses also. Then after that, we are going to talk about that. So I'm not going to follow it for like 20 to 25 breaths. I'm just going to follow it 1 or 2 or 3 breaths. Then I'll change the posture so that you can have a look firstly. Then I'm going to tell you about that, right? So for shoulder stand, firstly lying down on the mat. From here, using your core muscles, firstly be comfortable. Shoulders are relaxed. Everything is relaxed. Bend your knees, or you can just, with the straight legs, you can using your core muscles, your hip flexors, and lifting your legs up. And at the same time, you can press your forearms down, so you are lifting yourself up. So as you inhale, you are going to do that with the inhalation. As you inhale, lifting the legs up, adjusting the palms forward back. So this way you can adjust. And then you can adjust your upper arms down, keeping the entire body in one line. Now after spending 15 to 20 breaths here, place your fingers and drop your legs slowly below down in Halasana. Then dropping the knees down in Karnapedasana. Then placing your hands on the back, making a lotus or simple cross-leg position. And you can rest your hands on the knees and dropping the knees down. Then slowly, dropping the back down. And then we are going to perform the counter poses of shoulder stand. So before that, I would like to talk about this sequence. So now, for shoulder stand, just keeping your toes pointed towards the ceiling in shoulder stand, which is the main common alignment of shoulder stand. Keeping your legs straight, keeping your front thigh muscles active, contracted, keeping your glutes, your hip muscles also engaged, keeping your core engaged so that you are getting a support of all these engagements, of this contraction of the muscles. Now, keeping your chest open, try to press the shoulders down, not the neck down, right? This is the thing. We can spend 15 to 20 breaths there. If you spend just 5 to 7 breaths, there are no benefits of inversions. There are only benefits if you spend more than 15 breaths. So the more breath you hold it, like 20 to 25 to 30 times, the more benefits you will get. But if it is getting, if you are struggling there, try not to hold like 25 to 30 breaths. You can hold 15 breaths just like that, okay? Now, after shoulder stand, as you exhale, you're going to drop your legs first down, then you can interlace your fingers, pointing your toes down, keeping your legs straight, keeping your hips over the shoulders in Halasana Plough pose. If your feet are not reaching ground, or if you are rounding your back, what you can do, you can drop your feet over the block, horizontally or vertically, or keeping your legs against the wall. You can perform shoulder stand against the wall. So in that way, you're keeping your spine straight. Spine is the main goal here. Spine is the main game. If you're not keeping your spine straight, then, there's no benefit of the posture. So keeping the spine straight, keeping the leg straight as well, and point it either over the block, either against the wall, or either on the ground. One thing here, okay? Now, spending 7 to 8 breaths here. After spending 7 to 8 breaths, as you exhale, again drop your knees down beside your ears. This is Karnapedasana. Drop your top of the feet down on the ground as well, and you can hug your thighs as well. But if you are feeling any kind of pinching sensation on your lower back, then you can keep your fingers interlaced So in that way you will keep your chest open and it will provide you some nice alignment of the spine. One thing. Now keeping the gaze at your tip of the nose here in the entire sequence of shoulder stand. After this, what you can do, if you are not able to drop your knees or feet all the way down in Karnapedasana after Plough pose, again with the support of the block, you can drop your knees over the block. In that way, you can keep your spine slightly straight. In Karnapedasana, it is okay if you keep your spine slightly flexed, but make sure that that should happen with strong contraction of the core. Make sure that you're not rounding your spine too much. That is not a good idea of alignment. A slight roundness, it can happen. It depends on how you feel. If you're not feeling there, if you're feeling too much pressure on your back, that is a time for adjusting a kind of modification or any kind of props. Again, spend 7 to 8 breaths there. From there on, firstly shift your palms on your back, press the shoulder down and make a lotus. So you can lift your legs entirely up and make lotus or half lotus or simple cross leg position. And then you can place your palms on your knees. But if it is again too much, here you have to keep your spine straight. If it is too much, then you can keep your arms down interlaced or keeping your palms on the back. That is good. That is Urdhva Padmasana, upward lotus. After that we have embryo pose. So for that you need to drop your knees down. There you need a strong hip flexion. So again, do not drop your knees down on your head if your back is rounding very badly. Just drop your knees down until that point where your spine is not getting rounded. It should be like straight or not completely straight but not that much round where you feel so much stress on your back, on your spine. After that, just again adjust your palms on your back. Lift the knee up. You can even extend your legs up, but we are going to follow the fist pose, which is done with the lotus legs. Drop your legs down, and then you can firstly in fist pose, what you can do it with the straightened legs or lotus legs. It depends. So crossing your legs, expand the chest up for the counter pose, fist pose, Matsyasana. Adjust your top of the head down on the mat, press the elbows down, adjust the head, and from here you can grab the toes. Keep on expanding your chest higher. You can place your elbows down like this and be here, or you can straighten your legs, adjusting the palms under your hips. After spending 7 to 8 breaths here, again as you inhale, lift your legs up. Arms parallel to your legs, joining your palms, point your toes. Uttan Padasana. After spending 7 to 8 breaths, drop your legs first, elbows then, and then at the end, release your head down. So this is the sequence of shoulder stand and all these, the counter pose of shoulder stand. After this, what you can do, you can again follow the Chakra Vinyasa. You can rolling back. For Chakra Vinyasa, again, you can just do fastly rather than slowly. If you do it slowly, then you may hurt your neck. But if you do it fastly with the momentum, then it is easy for you. It is less challenging for you. So this is about the shoulder stand. You can avoid any posture between, like even you can avoid that last posture of shoulder stand, embryo pose. If it is creating problem for your spine, if you have any kind of spine issues, you can select like only shoulder stand or only shoulder stand and your plough pose, and then after that you can perform fist pose. In that way you can reduce the intensity of this sequence. Otherwise you can follow the all postures, just observe, just find out which is good for your body, which is good for your practice, and try to perform it. So now I believe that it is quite fruitful for you. So it's time to just close this session. So sit comfortably and close your eyes. Join your palms together. Inhale. Swaste prajabhya परिपालयन्तं न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महिंसा गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो